Welcome back, Euro fans. It's time for cutthroat knockout stage football. Now, the tournament really begins. 16 teams must be reduced to 8. Who will reach the quarterfinals? Well, we're about to find out. What a way to begin the knockout stages with arguably the biggest match of the round. For the first time ever, Spain and the Netherlands cross paths in the European Championships. Their last competitive meeting came 10 years ago, the 2014 World Cup, a game Spain would love to forget, as the Netherlands left their stamp with a 5-1 thrashing. Spain finished their group with a 100% winning record. The Dutch have done well to bounce back from their opening day defeat to Poland, who are also on their way to face Ukraine later in the round. The Dutch have a wild card in Wout Weghorst, who is on 3 goals, but he's not on the pitch, not to begin with, he's on the bench. There is a scent of anticipation here in Cologne. It's Spain versus the Netherlands. Gakpo swings in an early cross and Depay does everything he can, given the limited angle. Here is Lamine Yamal, unfazed by this occasion, as the youngest goalscorer of the Euros at Sweet 16. Pedri. Now Rodri. Oh, that'll sting the hands of Verbruggen. An early warning sign sent from Spain and has come from the least likeliest of shot takers. Williams. Pedri, Spain moving this ball with urgency now as Yamal. When being the youngest goalscorer isn't enough, he wants to be the youngest to win the goal of the tournament. 25 minutes gone by here in Cologne. Now Wijnaldum, capitalising on the mistake from Le Normand. Depay picks up Gakpo, and here we go! The Dutch break the deadlock they've drawn. The first battle lines here in the most mouth-watering clash of the last 16. Robin Le Normand may as well be in Norway. That's how far he was away from his position, and he's left Gakpo wide open. Just stun the former European champions on a wonderful half volley. Reyniers. Now Gakpo, that slipped into Depay, and this time Simon was a lot more observant. Ake. Given away, but it's only as far as Schouten. Another good, low, difficult save for Simon to contend with. And a long ball, spread by Dumfries. Well, Schouten's given away the possession. Rodri to Morata, now Yamal to return it to the Atletico striker. Pedri into the centre, Morata is untouched. And 7 minutes into the second half, Spain have found their response, and has come from the captain, Alvaro Morata. Always comes good for his country. He's got the 3rd goal of the tournament, and it's a similar setup to Gakpo. It's pretty much the same spot on the pitch. Looks like the Dutch were in a deep sleep. Pedri can't quite get there, but Depay does, and it's pretty powerless given the opportunity. Reyniers. Now Wijnaldum opens up for the shot. Rebounds off of Laporte back to Simons. And Cucurella can't clear his line to Depay. Has poached a leading goal. Magic Memphis. Sly Depay sneaking in. As Spain suffer calamity in Cologne. It's Cucurella who clears it. It rebounds off of Ruiz. And of all the spaces it can drop kindly to the instep of Memphis Depay. And Cucurella and Ruiz have words to exchange with each other. What a time to have a mix-up. Well, that's poor from Van Dijk, of all players. As he seemingly redeems himself, the Spanish are shouting for a penalty on Yamal. And as we all know, it's a tournament bereft of inconsistencies with VAR. And Morata at the near post, and it's just a whisker away. I don't think Verbruggen got a touch on this. All he seems to save is Shooting prowess for the national side, Morata. What a ball to Morata as De Ligt can't keep up. The Netherlands have been punished. They were just more than 3 minutes away from a safe spot in the quarterfinals. But Spain never gave up the chase. What a pass this was from Oyarzabal. De Ligt is out of the game and is thrashed home by Morata. So near the finish line. Didn't take us long. For the first time, we head to extra time in the last 16. It's Spain 2, Netherlands 2. That's lofted over the top to Weghorst, and the Mans nearly takes his eye out. To the Dutch, and it's sailed over by Simons, the smallest player on the pitch. Grimaldo gets a leap on Dumfries, and it was nearly snuck in at the near post from Morata, who's on the hat-trick. Limited by that angle, had to take a gamble. Corner swung in, misses Lenormand, and Rodri at the near post with a trivial block from Van Dijk. Carvajal keeps the ball in play here, nice work. Floated in. Pedri and Blind explode into one another as Olmo takes his chances on a difficult volley. Dumfries. Now Marlen signals that he wants it up the line. Shifts the weight. One of the freshest players on the pitch. Grimaldo unable to clear it. And it was Xavi Simons. It's once again another poaching goal from the Netherlands. Xavi Simons this time in the place of Depay. The work was done by Marlen. Grimaldo too casual getting rid of it. And this time the Dutch punish Spain for complacent defending. It's a goal that could be the decider in extra time. Spain know how much that means. Oh, misses everyone wildly. As the minutes in the added time trickle away. 1 minute to go. That's knocked back. It's Rodri. Direct hit on Verbruggen. The Netherlands were the more opportunistic. A thrilling 3-2 knockout stage game. It's Spain 2, Netherlands 3. Here comes the hosts. Can Germany fulfill their responsibilities as great tournament hosts, but also live up to the expectation that they built upon themselves against Hungary in the second game, a 6-1 thrashing, and it was all petered out from there as they struggled against Switzerland. The Serbians emerged out of a difficult group with England, Denmark and Slovenia. Germany have had an underwhelming time in the last few years at football tournaments, eliminated in the last 16 of the last Euros. Can they put the past behind them? Can Nagelsmann rebuild the great reputation of the Mannschaft of old? Samardzic neatly puts it through to Dusan Vlahovic. And the cross hooked away by Rudiger. Zivkovic gets one in this time, and it was knocked on and caught comfortably by Neuer. Musiala finds Gundogan. Kraus. Musiala picking out Gundogan in the centre this time. The shot rebounding off Milenkovic. Havertz. Saved by Ratkovic, and Andrich couldn't get it over the line and is finally cleared in a Serbian scramble. Beautiful long pass to find Kostic. He's on the run now. As Kimmich battles the keeper up. He's lost the yards now. Kostic sends the cross in. Milenkovic-Savic is stopped by Neuer, who can't do nothing about Zivkovic hovering around and plucking in the lead for Serbia in front of the white wall of Germany. On a fast pace, 15 minutes culminates in a goal for the unfancied Serbia. And the last time Germany went behind in this tournament, they lost by 2 goals to Scotland. Vlahovic brings that down very sweetly. And it's a thumping effort, testing Neuer. Kraus. Oh, he somehow found Gundogan. He got a bit of fortune from the defender. Havertz sweeps it in. Almost 10 minutes later. Because it's Kai in the sky with the header that Ratkovic gets a hand on and practically swipes it into his own net. But words will be had with Pavlovic at half-time for this. A miscalculation. At this level, This should be an interception. Shocking. Embarrassing. But Havertz makes chicken salad out of chicken shit. It's lost by Lukic. Kraus might have initiated another attack for Germany. Wonderful stretch from Rajkovic. German corner sent in by Kraus, and this Havertz. Rudiger takes it over the line. Germany finally turned the game around 7 minutes into the second half. And it looks like the goal will be awarded to Kai Havertz. It appeared from here Rudiger got the final touch, but there's a mix-up again. And what do you know? It's Pavlovic. It comes off of his foot. Not having a good game. His error led to the German equaliser, and now he scored an own goal. Here's Milenkovic-Savic. Now Vlahovic tucks inside. Oh, he's bumped it. Pinned it to the top corner of the goal. And what a response from Serbia. Just 2 minutes after going behind, they've whitewashed it in front of the team in white. Another corner from Kraus. And this time it just edges a few inches wide. Havertz is the one causing Serbia the most problems. Kraus, can he loft it over the wall? He does, but it's not enough power to bother Rajkovic. Musiala, the twinkle toes. Havertz has beaten Rajkovic, and he saves it right on the goal line. It's another troublesome header from Kai Havertz. This time it's a controlled one, and Rajkovic is saved by the post. What a let-off for Serbia. 3 minutes to go. Can Germany get the winning goal? And it looks like they may have done so. Well, we thought Rudiger scored earlier in the game. Well, this time he more than certainly has. And what a way too. An impossible to stop header that nestles into the top corner. Lukic was Serbia's last bastion on the goal line, and even he can't do a thing about it. It's another 5-goal thriller in which Germany come out on top and will meet their old foes, the Netherlands, in the first quarter-final. It's Germany 3, Serbia 2. Portugal will be wise not to underestimate Croatia here tonight in Frankfurt. Whilst the Croatians have never gotten further than the quarter-finals in the Euros, of course they finished third in the last World Cup and were runners-up 4 years ago, and were runners-up in 2018. They eliminated the other Seleção, Brazil, in the last World Cup. Portugal will be keen to avoid a similar piece of trivia. 20 years ago they were runners-up themselves in their own backyard. Of course, we all know the story. It's Portugal versus Croatia. Now Rafael Leao switching the play to Cancelo. Where on earth did that come from? A teasing effort from the left boot. As the ball was bouncing, it swerves, and you can see why Livakovic flaps at it nervously. Now Maya has put Petkovic on the path to seal an early goal for Croatia. But Costa has been drinking his Costa coffee, comes out quicker than a hiccup to shut down Petkovic. First corner of the game, a Croatian one, Modric. And as far as Sotalo. Back to Modric. Creeps in across. Brozovic! Bang! Bouncing off of the goalposts and finally coming to rest over the goal line. Marcelo Brozovic, who has travelled from halfway across the globe from Saudi Arabia to Frankfurt, Germany, just to make Portugal gag on a gigantic Frankfurter down their throats. We warned you about Croatia. Leao tries to chip that up to Cristiano Ronaldo. Here's Vitinha. Spreads it out to Cancelo. Must have been intended to be a cross. Here's Ronaldo. Hasn't had many touches in this first half, and there is his first. Cross comes back in, but it doesn't quite land for Ronaldo, but it does for Bruno. Rapid fire goals in the first half in Frankfurt. Bruno Fernandes, as dependable as you would expect your vice captain to be, wipes out the early goal from Croatia. Ronaldo can't reach it, Gvardiol doesn't do enough to get rid of it. And Bruno Fernandes does the right thing to reset it, the scoreline that is. On ball seeking out Perkovic. Null and void as Costa captures Cancelo. That's a good ball, the weight of it troubling Gvardiol to find Bernardo Silva, and Bruno Fernandes can't make a brace. Here's Kovacic. Now Brozovic takes it into touch and it's taken. An unfortunate deflection off of Pepe, a fortunate butterfly effect for Croatia, depending on who you ask and what colour shirt they wear. An electric start to this first half. Portugal can't seem to escape the relentless pressure of the Croatians. They always find a way to muddy the waters against the favourites, to find flaws in their flooring. If it comes off the gut of the oldest player on the pitch, Pepe, at 41 years old, he is the oldest player to appear in a Euro knockout stage game. Now Leao tries to come inside Modric, but ran out of options. Bruno Fernandes, that's a deep one in. Staggered away by Stanisic. Now Vitinha! Another crazy goal. And this time the Croatians are on the receiving end of a chaotic deflection. Look at all the Croatian players back as Stanisic does his best. Clears the initial cross, and then unfortunately it's his boot that concedes the goal. And the pouring rain is hardly helping as the slickness of the surface. Can we declare this Cristiano country? Nearly. Still yet to see a vintage free kick taken by the legend. Fernandes finds Ronaldo. Oh, and he nearly gets on the score sheet once again. Now Paulinho, who can he find? Leao, nice flick across the face of goal, and guess who it is? The one, the only, Cristiano Ronaldo, who gets goal number 5 of Euro 2024. For the second oldest man on the pitch, he still has some influence. Silva with the ball in, and Ronaldo nearly scoring a spectacular goal. Cancelo, Silva, Vitinha, Fernandes, Ronaldo. Portugal will finally have the valuable breathing space between them and Croatia. There'll be no tournament sabotage from the checkers this time. Another beautiful team goal. We saw plenty of those against Georgia in Gelsenkirchen. Modric, one last roll of the dice, but it's going to be too little, too late for Croatia. They are out of the Euros as Portugal march on to face either Poland or the Ukraine in the second quarter-final. It's Portugal 4, Croatia 2. It's time for a derby in Dusseldorf. Poland and the Ukraine co-hosted a European Championship together all the way back in 2012. Neither side escaped the group stage in that tournament, but for Ukraine, they reach the knockout stages for the first time in their history. They're doing much better in the alternative universe of our Euros compared to the real thing. And until Portugal's showdown, Artem Dovbyk was the tournament's top goal scorer. His counterpart is the legendary Robert Lewandowski. It's his last dance, and he ought to make it a good one. Malinovsky sends the ball in. That's cleared away. Only as far as Viktor Shankov. And the crossbar vibrates all around Dusseldorf, rewarding himself for clearing the space. And just look at Szczesny pinned to the ground. He knew full well he was beaten. Dovbyk needs support from Shaparenko. Dovbyk cancelled out in the air by Kivior, but Mudryk never gave up the chase. Mikhail Mudryk gets his second goal of the Euros. Following on from a thrilling victory over Belgium, a tremendous upset, Ukraine's heroic momentum continues to build. Vitor Zielinski, nice turn. As he seeks out Lewandowski, capitalizes on the mistake. As he punishes Romanchuk for his complacency. Lewandowski gets the bragging rights over Artem Dovbyk. He overtakes him for goal number 5. He's level with Cristiano Ronaldo in the race for the Golden Boot. Mudryk finds a way through to Shankov. And Shankov once again having a go on goal, and it's a lot closer this time. Great save from Szczesny. Frankowski waiting patiently for the overlap from Moder. And it's across to Lewandowski, who gets his brace. 6 goals for Bob Lewandowski, showing no signs of slowing down. Considerably younger than Ronaldo at the age of 35. And he's got goal number 6, who levels with CR7. Here's Shaparenko. What a mighty hit. You wouldn't think so with how well Szczesny controlled it. Lewandowski's broken through here, might get the hat-trick. Very quickly denied by Trubin. Ukrainian corner. As we reach the hour mark, Dovbyk has it denied by a wall of red shirts. And Jabani couldn't put the cherry on top. Lewandowski had to go from the free kick. And it's a scrambling save from Trubin. It comes off the post, off of the other shoulder of Trubin, and off the face. Ukraine have just 9 minutes left in this tournament. Dovbyk to Yarmolenko. It's the commentator's curse. That's what we call it. When you speak too soon, Yarmolenko comes along and puts a big fat cork in my mouth. And yes, I said cork. Get your mind out the gutter. Can Ukraine be cruel to another country for once? Wow. Poland were very nearly invaded again. For the second time in their history. What a block. For the second time, we head to extra time. It's 2-2 between Poland and the Ukraine after 90 minutes. Malinovsky just goes straight for it for Yarmolenko at the near post. Where has he been all campaign? Andrei Yarmolenko becomes a goal machine in the late stages of this fabulous derby between Poland and Ukraine. Zielinski is quite a way out and he hits the post. Krzysztof Piatek spawns in the right place at the right time to even up the scoreline to a sensational 6 goals between the both of them. Trubin gets a cardboard hand for consequences of continuing to cancel each other out. Result in a penalty shootout conclusion. And up steps first the captain, who will lead by example. Scored 6 goals already, just needs 1 more from what should be the easiest position on the pitch. Or is it? Lewandowski versus Trubin. And Trubin gets the better of him. Lewandowski surprisingly misses as he crosses past with his contemporary Artem Dovbyk to put Ukraine in front from the penalty spot. Dovbyk scores straight down the middle, plays it safe as Szczesny flies out of the picture frame. And Trubin will stand up to Krzysztof Piatek. Scored the equaliser to bring us here, and Piatek converts. 1-1. Yarmolenko, his 2 goals also contributed to this scenario as he slots it calmly. Jakob Kivior of Arsenal runs up and it's also saved in the same spot Lewandowski's was. Roman Yaremchuk to give Ukraine a massive advantage. He does. Szczesny was thwarted. Berezynski, who has no goals for his country, has to score within the most crucial to keep Poland in, but they're out. The Ukraine embark on the quarter-finals, the highest position in their history, on the back of one of the most thrilling games of the tournament. Here in Bavaria, Belgium hope to recreate the victories of the 1980s. The semi-finals was their highest position in the Euros back in 1980. Since then, they've settled for quarter-final placements in 2016 and 2020. For Hungary, this is the furthest position they have reached. 2016, the year they had one of the most thrilling encounters with Portugal, who went on to win that tournament. A lot of expectation placed on the Belgian manager Tedesco. The golden generation of Belgium passed us by. What can he make of this new look Red Devil side? Creatively slipped through from the gigantic Hanana as De Bruyne, rolling back the ears with a cut inside from range. Luka Bacchio with a generous amount of space. He keeps hold of it, just about able to trouble the Hungarians. It falls to Lukaku. He rushes it for some reason. Inexplicable miss. Andrew Schaefer just about manages to reach Boller. And just lofted in to Barnabas Varga. And it's a nervy block. Lukaku troubles the defender enough, and it's Lukaku now one-on-one with Galashki as he thumps the goalpost. Huge break for Hungary. Some speed on that shot. You never know which Lukaku you're going to get. Blessing or curse, as he curses the referee, looking for a penalty there. Schaefer. Boller. Well down the line to find Talai, and Barnabas Varga with a tale of redemption. Knocked unconscious against Scotland in reality, has just dealt a devastating blow to the Belgians and putting them on the ropes. Long pass to find. Jeremy Doku wastes no time swinging that one in as Lukaku can't bring it down. And Galashki is asking questions of his defence. Why so passive though? Doku. Tielemans trying to carve out the space, and it's Lukaku once again. Something tells me it's going to be a bad game for him. 10 minutes in to the second half. It's Varga once again. To Kirkes on the left. Szoboszlai takes his chances and it pays off. Hungary take a stunning lead over Belgium, not by one but 2 goals here in Munich. And it's what he does with a fraction of time. Hungary on course for a gigantic upset. Vertonghen too heavy from him. Very surprising from the veteran. And Hungary could be away again with another. Boller has to go it alone. And it's a crucial piece of goalkeeping from Casteels. Belgium are crumbling like the Berlin Wall. Here's De Bruyne. Cross swung in for Lukaku once again. The infertile goal scorer, shooting blanks. Weiss. Lukaku knocks it down to Trossard this time. Now Jeremy Doku, who's got to be now or never for Belgium. Sent into the troublemaking area. And when you can't count on your striker to get a goal, the defender, Artur Fayat, has to step up and show you how it's done from the header. 2 minutes to go. And it's at the wrong end of the pitch for Belgium. Schaefer. Nagai to Kirkes. Szoboszlai decides not to hold up play. Szoboszlai into the area. Wriggling his way through to pour a bucket of cold water over the Red Devils. Hungary have defied the odds as they march into a quarter-final to face either the former world champions France or Turkey. Not many saw this coming, but after the Belgians' performance against the Ukraine, it wasn't impossible. It's Belgium 1, Hungary 3. It's been 24 years since France last won the European Championship, and 12 years since they came close to doing it again in their own backyard. Tonight in Leipzig, they face Turkey, who haven't quite been able to reach the dizzying heights of the semi-finals from 2008, where they were cruelly dispatched by Germany and Philipp Lahm's last-minute goal. Kylian Mbappe back with his broken nose and black mask et al. Can the former world champions redeem themselves for their round of 16 humiliation from Switzerland? Alpha Yilmaz goes flying into Kylian Mbappe, and it looks like a forearm to the face of Kid Kylian. Anybody who's ever broken their nose knows slightest of contact hurts. Dembele couldn't bring it down in time. Here is Dembele. Fleet footwork, Koundé, and it must have caught Thuram by surprise as he's thrown it wide. Artukoglu. Robbed by Koundé, but Çalhanoğlu robs it back, and Goulet keeping Maignan sharp. French corner, Mbappe swings this in. And it lands to Kanté on the volley. That would have been a belter. What a return to the national side for the beloved N'Golo Kanté it's been. Mbappe, now Griezmann. Fancy onto Dembele, back to Griezmann, pushes it through to Mbappe, who surely cannot and will not miss from there. It was hopeless for Bayender, but Letetel finally comes from out of his shell. He scored his first goal of the Euros here. Cross sent in, looking for Yilmaz. Çalhanoğlu. Onto Gula. Here's Koçku. Koçku from range! Whistles past Mainyan's goal. Thuram. Back to Griezmann. And now it's Kylian Mbappe carving out the space. What a goal! And France are 2 to the good. Maybe Mbappe should break his nose more often. Back with a vengeance. Seeking out Dembele. That's either a poor pass or an even poorer touch. It's thrown forward to Yildiz. What a goal! Instant retaliation from Turkey as we resume the game. It all stems from this heavy touch from Dembele. And Çalhanoğlu and Goulet flip it on. It's flicked up by Yildiz and nailed on the goal. It's played short to Artukoglu. Still Artukoglu. Still Artukoglu. And now Artukoglu sent the French back to square one. But more bizarrely, how was he able to run into the area like this? Must have been a force field around him. Turkey back on level terms. Thuram, nice chop to find Dembele. Takes it first time, but it's spilled by Bayender. There's Mbappe, finds Hernandez. Good block from Celik. Mbappe with the corner. And Thuram rose high above as it was tucked onto the post and off the defender. Thuram lines it up with Dembele. Can he get there? He does. Tries to play it across to Mbappe, who wasn't there, but it doesn't matter because he's got the hat-trick. Wow, what a story. Well, Dembele rolls it across the goal, there's no one home. And Mbappe from the tightest angle, there's enough to slip it under Bayender. Barkla. Nice pass to pick out Dembele. Now Rabiot from range. And that's a piece of defending that may cost Turkey, but Mbappe was squandered by the goalpost. But the damage has been done. It's been the Prince of France's show, Kylian Mbappe, with 3 goals against the Turks, who did their best to fight back. But it's France 3, Turkey 2. England come back to Gelsenkirchen, where it all began. Their 2-1 victory over Serbia here in the Al Schalke Arena began their path to finish the story. It didn't quite come home at Wembley Stadium 3 years ago. Southgate under so much scrutiny in the real world. Or can their digital counterparts silence his critics here against Slovakia, who under the former Yugoslavia won the European Championship in their homeland in 1976. England were eliminated here in the 2006 World Cup against Portugal. Trippier seeking out Palmer, but Kyle Walker gets it to him and he nearly scores on his first start in the tournament. Here's Cole Palmer once again. And this is why the fans want him in. Challenging defenders, but this time he's taken out. Now is this a penalty here from Kuchka? Probably not, says the referee. Mainu. Walker. Early ball in and it's just too heavy for Kane. He does keep this alive. Now Bellingham. England reset the attack. Bellingham. Foden. And now Kane. Ah, yes! From the teensy-weensy angle, the big red machine Kane blasts England into the lead against Slovakia just on the half-hour mark. Vintage Kane finds a way. Palmer. Now Foden. Out wide to Kieran Trippier. He fancies a go. Why not? Dubravka with a leap of a lifetime. Foden from the free kick and it whistles and skims the roof of the goal net. Slovakia with a rare attack now. Haraslin has found Bojnik and he's brought down by Declan Rice. It will be a penalty to Slovakia. And it's the last thing England need. As Ivan Schranz can reset the scoreline before half-time. No! Crossbar had other ideas. A huge let-off for England from a wild penalty. Haraslin spreading the play to Schranz, who missed the penalty earlier on. Duda, Schranz, nice first time ball to Bojnik with an audacious attempt from the volley, and Pickford hasn't had much to do in this half. Trippier, ball clearance as far as Duda, taking the goal via the support nets. Here's Duda. Now Bojnik. Bojnik turns and couldn't get any closer than his earlier volley. Foden. Pinged out to Harry Kane. Bellingham. Walker. And it's Saka. Can he turn enough? No! Bellingham does though. Well, he opened the scoring against Serbia in reality. He scored against Denmark on match day 2 for us. And he finally re-emerges. Dubravka gets a paper glove to it. Bojnik might just spring a surprise on Gehi here. Still Bojnik, cuts inside and tipped away by Pickford, and the pace is too much for Haraslin to follow up. Foden's corner now, Gehi! And it's a rout! 3 goals for the Free Lions. And Mark Gehi gets his first goal for the England national side. It couldn't come at a better time. England are sailing through to face either their arch nemesis Scotland or the team that took the championship away from them, Italy. It's England 3, Slovakia 0. It's time for the final clash of a thrilling round of 16. As Scotland make Euro history, they've reached the knockout stage for the first time in their history. And what a test that comes their way, the European champions, Italy. The final will take place here on the 14th of July. It could be a dress rehearsal for the defending European champions. The quarter-final could consist of the oldest rivalry in football history, England versus Scotland, or a rematch of the Euro 2020 final with Italy. Now Shea Adams on to McGinn. He's supported by Robertson. McGinn comes back on himself. Robertson capitalising on invisible, unpresent Italian defending. Rapid fire start It's Robertson, normally conservative, whining on the corner flag. We have a game on our hands now. Now Damian to Di Marco. Can Italy reply quickly? Scamacca skips it, and it's Chiesa, denied by a wonderful bicycle kick. Scamacca has it taken away from him, but what a save from Gunn. Bulletproof gloves. Now McGinn. Another chance for Scotland, and Donnarumma flaps at it. They aren't here to mess around today. Di Marco. Now Pellegrini, what a pass to pick out Chiesa at the far post. Some goal that would have been. Scottish corner. There's the underdogs. Keep on coming, McTominay. Should have done something better with that one. It's going to be a free kick. Sent in by Robertson. Anthony Ralston takes it down on the volley. Not enough venom. It's a safe one for Donnarumma. Scamacca. Pellegrini sets it up for Scamacca as it screeches wide of Gunn's goal. Chiesa. Barella returns it back to Federico Chiesa. And Scamacca, it was going off target, but Gunn didn't want to take his chances. Damian. Di Marco across the face of goal. No one's home. And it's pandemonium in the penalty area. Scotland survive. Barella launches this in. And finally, the Scottish lead collapses as Pellegrini, with the most deft of diving headers, not picked up well enough. And the Tartan army, who hold on for as long as they have, finally slipped up. Christie with the ball in, looking for Adams, as it floats endlessly and doesn't land anywhere near a devastating area. Lorenzo whips in across Scamacca, and it was studded away by Gunn. What a chance and what a save to keep Scotland in this. Pellegrini, Italy's equaliser. It's found Cambiasso across the face of goal. Scamacca once again can't find a way into the back of this net. This time he hits the post from such a close range. Barella and Italy avoid extra time. There was an open goal and it was cleared thanks to attentive defending. Scotland, the brave, heading into extra time. Tired legs everywhere. The European champions have answers to answer. Raspadori. Zakagini slicing past. Looks like there's a bit of uncertainty for the Scottish defenders. Well, Fatesi will clear up any confusion. He's taken the bait and he's stuck his boot in there. Just enough of a touch to take this beyond Gunn. And it was a deflection that threw the defenders off. It's a bending pass from Lewis Morgan. Shankland takes it on the chest. Very rare opportunity for Scotland. Into the mixer for Scotland. Bastoni gets it over, away from danger. England will face Italy in the quarter-final. A brave display from Scotland, but outmatched in terms of the persistence of the defending European champions. Cristiano Ronaldo is now the last living leading goal scorer with 6 goals. He's tied with Robert Lewandowski, who was eliminated. Tim Dovbyk has a chance to surpass Alvaro Morata, who is also out of the tournament. Your quarterfinals see the Netherlands take on the hosts Germany, Portugal will face Ukraine, underdogs Hungary face the former world champions France, and finally a rematch of the Euro 2020 final, England versus Italy. So, let me know below which one of those round of 16 matches you enjoyed the most. I think it's fair to say they were all thrilling affairs. See you on Friday for the quarterfinals, and as always, thank you for watching.